Welcome back, stage 3. Just got another video for your math lesson on 2D shapes, which is our focus for the week. So we're focusing more on triangles for this lesson. So you can see, what are the different types of triangles? Firstly, a little definition. The sum of angles in any triangle is 180 degrees. So the sum of all three different angles will equal 180 degrees. There are 6 types of triangles that you need to be familiar with: equilateral, isosceles, scalene, right, obtuse, and acute angles. I didn't have to define that a triangle has 3 sides because I'm sure we all know that. But let's have a look at these more detailed descriptions of our 6 types of triangles. So first, you can see the equilateral triangle has 3 equal sides. On the drawing, there's 2 lines on every side. That just means that all sides are equal. They're the same length. Then we have isosceles triangle. Has 2 equal sides. So these 2 sides at the top, they're both equal in length, but the bottom is not. So that's an isosceles triangle. Scalene triangle, none of the sides are the same. They're all different lengths. Then we have a right angle triangle. Now we're focusing more on angles. So in a right angle triangle, I'm just going to select my marker. They're 90 degrees. So this angle has one angle that is 90 degrees, a right angle. So that is a right angle triangle. Then we have the obtuse triangle. So it has one angle more than or greater than 90 degrees. So this angle here is more than 90 degrees, making that an obtuse triangle. Then our last one is the acute triangle, which all angles, all 3, 1, 2, and 3, are all less than 90 degrees. So there's an activity here, but I don't want you to do that yet. I'm just going to scroll down and go over those in a bit more detail. So this is essentially what you would draw for your activity. So first, equilateral, isosceles, and scalene, focusing on our sides. So there are 3 special names given to triangles that tell how many sides or angles are equal. There can be 3, 2, or no equal sides and angles. First one, equilateral triangle. 3 equal sides and 3 equal angles. They're always 60 degrees. Remember I said earlier, all 3 angles will equal 180 degrees. 60 plus 60 plus 60 gives us our 180 degrees. Most importantly, just remember 3 equal sides, all the same length. Isosceles is 2. 2 sides the same, 1 side different. Scalene, no sides the same. I am repeating myself, but I think it's important because we need to remember, and there's 6 different ones to remember. So hearing it twice won't hurt, and it will help you draw your own examples. So what type of angle? Triangles can also have names that tell you what type of angle is inside. Acute triangle. So we're looking at our acute triangle. This angle is less than 90 degrees. Or all angles, sorry, are less than 90 degrees. Next one, right triangle, or a right angle triangle, has the right angle in it. And finally, obtuse triangle, has an angle more than 90 degrees. One obtuse angle. Now, back up to the activity. So I want you to pause the video, write down the properties of each triangle of the 5, that should say 6, of the 6 types of triangles. For each of the 6 triangles, draw 2 examples and label the angles or side length. For example, an equilateral triangle, you could draw it like this and show that it has 3 equal sides. You could also add in that it has 3 equal angles. Then I drew another one for the 2 examples. So you're drawing 12 shapes in total and labeling them. 2 of each, so 2 equilateral triangles, 2 isosceles triangles, scalene, right, obtuse, and acute. So pause the video and do that now. Alright, this activity is going to take most of your time. So you can see I have A all the way down to O. I want you to label all the different types of triangles. You can answer on a piece of paper by just drawing all these different triangles, just roughly the same. Make sure you label with the D. So I want you to go through and write all of the different types of triangles and how you know. So for A, if we do this together on the screen, I can see that it's a right angle triangle because there's a right angle. It shows me that. So you could write down a right, again, can't type properly on my Mac or write properly. So you would write a right angle triangle. For B, you can see that it's an equilateral triangle just by looking at it maybe. Otherwise, you'll see that 3 angles are the same and also 3 side lengths are the same. Then you would write equilateral triangle. I want you to go through and answer all of those on either a piece of paper and upload it, or maybe you can do it on OneNote if you want to try and be a little bit more tricky on technology. And that's the end after you complete the activity. So I just want you to pause the video, you can look at the triangles, copy them down, and complete that activity. And that is all the maths for today once you've finished. Remember to upload. Thanks, Stage 3.